Good fine morning, welcome to the Holly Bob Vlogs. In this vlog you are going to see my first trip abroad to Bucharest. This is the night before my first trip abroad. Never been abroad before, never been on a plane before. I am so excited, I'm so nervous. We've literally got to get up and leave the house at 3 o'clock tomorrow morning. I can't wait, I will catch you in the morning. Gang, if you've been watching my channel for a while now, you will know that I'm a very anxious bean. So I was absolutely terrified about the prospect of flying, but I absolutely bloody loved it. The day before we actually drove up and saw the farmer's dog from Clarkson's farm, we had an amazing trip around the pub, had an amazing look around. So those were the clips that you saw earlier on in the actual vlog. Here are some very satisfying little photos and clips from outside my window. It was beautiful. After we landed, we went through customs really quickly and then got picked up by a car and headed to the hotel where we dropped off our bags. Our rooms were actually ready when we arrived too, so that was amazing just to sort of get buffed and fluffed, get ourselves ready to pooter around. You'll notice that in some of the clips, I've actually put little signs at the bottom of the locations of where some of the stuff is. So I hope that is helpful if you find any hotspots that you're looking for if you're heading to Bucharest yourselves. You know me, I am an avid Jellycat fan, and we managed to find a shop that stocked Jellycats whilst we were away. We only found one. Heading around on our first day, I was just in absolute amazement. The architecture was beautiful.
What's in your head? In your head? Zombie.
We used the scooters a lot when we went away. They were absolutely everywhere. They had all different brands and that through the city centre. So if there was an app that you prefer to use instead, they were wholly available. But they were just so much easier to make your way from A to B so much quickly. And they were great fun. Welcome to day 2 of the Holly Bob Vlogs. So yesterday we travelled from Stansted to Bucharest. The flight was going on 3 hours long. For any new time flyers, this has been my first abroad holiday. I was really nervous about flying and takeoff. Just imagine you're in a sporty car and it goes from 0 to 60 like really fast. That's what it felt like. We had turbulence on the flight as well. That I would say, imagine going over loads of potholes in Plymouth. If the road is really bumpy, that's the sort of feeling it was like, just like you've got lots of bumps. And for landing, I was more nervous about landing than anything else. It was like doing an emergency, you come down, almost like an emergency stop. So you feel it put back in your seat. Go a little bit longer and then you stop again. So as somebody that was absolutely terrified of flying, loved it, bloody loved it. Yesterday we had a mooch around Bucharest, so we went to Old Town, we looked in the amazing museum, we looked at some of the churches, went to this beautiful park, just had a mooch around. We used the scooters as well. They are all over the city, so if you want a quick way of getting around, they are absolutely brilliant. And we ate food in, I'll put a link which restaurant we went to, but it was incredible. The only thing that I found so far, gluten free, is really difficult. And this is from somebody that doesn't speak Romanian, but trying to translate things, be it in a shop or a restaurant, it was quite confusing. Because on the menu that we went to, they had that some of the items had gluten in. So then we checked with the waiter and said, hello, like, do you have anything that's gluten free? And they're like, we don't use flour or anything. So I might feel a little bit confused right now. But yeah, no. Food was absolutely amazing. We just went for the one that didn't have gluten as part of the, because they had a part English translation as well. So we just went for that one. and it's really nice. But yeah, today we are going on a 12-hour tour. It's really early right now, and we are going on a tour to see the bears. We're going to see some castles, we're going to see some waterfalls. It's been incredible. Just feeling a little bit tired today. But yeah, our room is absolutely stunning. So it's been slept in now, but we have this lovely bed. We've got a telly. There's a balcony up there. I've got nothing around me.
I've got to say, day 2, the tour day, was one of my favourite days. It was absolutely incredible. The views, honestly, the height that we covered as well. We were bloody high. I am absolutely terrified of heights, but it was just absolutely beautiful. We went on the dam. We saw wild bears. We went on the Triumphal Arch highway as well, which was beautiful. Just seeing the expansive greenery, and the air was so fresh and it was just beautiful. Like, yeah, I was just absolutely gobsmacked. Like, it was just incredible.
Damn!
For this day, we actually booked a tour as well. So there were 6 of us that went on the trip, and we found online, we did our research beforehand and booked a tour in a little minibus. Oh, damn. When it actually came to seeing the bears, there is no definite guarantee that you're going to see them by doing the tour, but we hope that you're going to see them. And the tour guide that we had said that the maximum amount of bears he'd ever seen on a tour before was over 30 at once, which I thought was absolutely insane. We saw 4 bears through our entire trip. It was really crazy seeing them out in the wild. I've never seen a bear before, so this was just a really beautiful experience. You had to sort of keep a close eye out when you're going up around the bends, and cars that are tourists tend to slow down and put their hazard lights on and look at the bears, whilst the locals do go and overtake, because otherwise the roads just get completely blocked up. They were just absolutely majestic, and I really couldn't believe how close they got to the cars as well. You definitely needed to make sure that you had your windows up at this time, otherwise you had a bear in the car. One thing I will say about the tour, and especially going up the highway, I am not somebody that gets travel sick, but coming back down those bendy roads, I felt really nauseous. Not for the faint of hearted, but if you've got stuff that works for you, I would definitely recommend you going on it. It was one of my highlights from the whole trip itself. Day 3 was an absolutely crazy day. One of the highlights of the whole trip for me. It was a long day. We were out for 16 hours that day. We got up bright and early. We were using trains for transport. And this was a trip that we'd planned and looked at the train routes and sort of navigated our way out. So this wasn't a tour trip. This was a route that we put together ourselves and really enjoyed. The views from the train were absolutely beautiful, and we looked at so many incredible castles this day. We went to Peles Castle, or Peles. Please do excuse my pronunciation. I am trying my best. We went to the castle that is actually in the original series of Wednesday. which was beautiful to go around, have a look. With that castle, you can pay just to go around the grounds, and then you have to pay separately to go around on the inside. We just went around the grounds and we still got to see mostly everything. It was just beautiful. Honestly, look at the mountains in the background. They were stunning. Absolutely stunning. My highlight castle of the entire trip was the Peles castle. This was absolutely stunning. For the Peles castle, we booked tickets in advance, so we did it the day before for the following afternoon. I would say definitely be mindful of booking because it does sell out quite quickly. And you can get tickets on the walk up to the castle, but you can actually get them inside. If you don't have them before arriving, you have to do it at this little booth thing. Not inside the castle, if that makes any sense at all. The interior was absolutely beautiful. You were able to go on a guided tour that you'd have to pay for separately, or you could pooter around on your own. We decided to pooter around on our own, and it was just absolutely majestic. Just, yeah, I was in absolute awe going around the castle. It was just beautiful. The interior on the inside and then the grounds themselves as well, just beautiful. I will leave you in peace to enjoy the clips. Hello, it's me again. I just wanted to say that my favourite piece from the entire interior of the castle were the chandeliers and the mirrors. They were actually made by Murano glass, and the detail with the little flowers was just stunning. I just wanted to point that out. After our castle tour, we went to Brasov next. Brasov was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. We had a pooter around in the town, down the streets, looking in all the shops. We even came across the narrowest street in Brasov, and it is said to be one of the narrowest streets in Europe, which was incredible to see. This is a little street. After a long day of exploring, we actually popped into Old Jack's restaurant. So they have 2 of these restaurants in the centre of Brasov, and they do like burgers, they do chips, and they do gluten-free. I would highly recommend. My burger was absolutely delicious, and I devoured that after a very busy day of mooching around and getting my steps in. On day 4, we had an unexpected find. So me and my boyfriend wanted to mooch out and go and see the Arc de Triomphe out in Bucharest, and we didn't actually realise until we got up there that you're actually allowed to go inside and have a look around. You can pay to have a tour. So we booked our tickets there and then, and we walked up. You were able to see on the different layers of the stairs the making of and the history, which was really fascinating to read. And you were able to go right up to the top and see the entirety of Bucharest, which was absolutely beautiful. An amazing stop on the trip. We are just coming to the roundup of the trip now, and as somebody that's never been abroad before, who's never had the experience of flying and just experiencing all different cultures, this trip was truly eye-opening, and I've definitely caught the travel bug. I just absolutely fell in love with travelling on this trip. Mooching around duty free and seeing the giant sizes of sweets, and that was crazy to me. But in all seriousness, I had the most incredible trip. I love spending time with my partner and his family, and we just had an amazing trip. They were so lovely and supportive, and I just cannot thank them enough for such an amazing trip.